Now, I talk about a visit that if Giovanni had gone, we were going to be killed. Now, it was, as I stated, 1996 when Charter asked that I should go to Grand Gedeh for a peace visit. I went alone with so many persons. I said Giovanni did not go because Giovanni was the one who captured Dolo and killed Dolo. I think everybody knows the story about that. So I just want to retrospect your mind on that. But Giovanni had gone, because seeing Giovanni in Grand Gedeh at that time, it would be like a hungry dog meeting out with a rotten meat. So he was so smart to have said that he is not going because rice was sweet, so he was going to Nima County. So for that reason, he didn't stay in town. That very day he left to go to Nima because he knew fully well, he read his show, that this is what we're going to go through. Now, what we went through, this is what I'm going to tell you. We boarded the helicopter here with a series of factions. We left from here, it was around about 11 o'clock. We got over there, expecting that we were going to have an acquaintance, visit and discuss some issues to bring peace in the country, but to no avail. When we got there, we were taken to Ruth Mayton's place. She was in a room, and it was the late Craig Farley. Craig Farley led us there, or went. Was a United Nations representative, one with ECOWAS, one representative from the American Embassy, from various factions. So when we got there, we went to her compound. When we got to her compound, she was in a room. After 5 minutes, she came out with an order. The order she came was with, you arrest all the NPFL representatives. But I began to disguise myself. And one other fellow that was there too, Gaga, I tried to disguise him because I had an overcoat. I gave him the overcoat so that he should not say anything, or he should not be like he's from NPFL. So I began to throw sand to him. Because Ruth Mayton knew me and knew John Tano. When she got there, the very first thing said, John Tano. And John Tano too made a mistake. While we were traveling, in fact, all of us made a mistake, which I will come with my own mistake. He told John Tano, but John Tano, in the token, John Tano carried an album that he and Charter posed on. I don't know what made him to carry the album. So, Ruth Mayton saw John Tano and said, John Tano, what got you to be like this? Don't send you to America to learn military science. Then you came here when you joined Charter. That was the question she was asking. But at that time, she had not get to me yet. Then she gave an order, say, you're carried man. They took John Tano out of the house, where the representatives of the various areas, various committee that I just named, they begin to organize themselves, begin to beg. Ruth Mayton, we came here on a specific mission. Please allow the people not to be arrested. Say no. Say you're going to Sano, you'll go to Sano. When you come back, we'll make sure that we can release the people to go. But one thing I want to inform you people on is that if we hear one shot here, we will execute all these people. And in fact, let me tell you people that just now we just come from the battlefront, encountering NPFL. So when they killed John Tano, after 3 or 5 minutes, I heard a sound, firing sound. So I said, I know John Tano has been executed. But then, those that went with us, nothing they could do. They were just trying to appeal to her so that she can release us for her to go. But then she said, no, you arrest this other man here. She's talking about me now. You, Dolo, you are from Nima County. You people brought the war, you will die. For you, there's no investigation, there's no sorrow, but you will die. So the mistake too I did was when I was going, I think I have things that I brought along to present to the commission, because I think every disappointment is a blessing. So I will come in here too. I think you will be in a position to assist us. When I was going, I heard that they were doing gold issue over there. So I decided to make sure I can buy me some gold. But when I was going, I was in an outfit. I had a gold chain that valued $350 US. A gold ring that valued $150 US. A gold watch that valued $2,200 US. A physical amount of $3,500 US in my bag. One towel suit that valued $70. A pair of shoes that cost $50. Total $6,320. I didn't know what really got in me, but because I was told that they're doing gold business there, so I want to buy some gold, I carry these things along. Expecting too that if we go this way, they will appreciate us. So when we got there, they begin to undress us. Craig finally told me, because I want to be hostile. Craig finally told me he took a rifle from one of the guys and said, look, if you don't submit yourself, I will fire you. So as soon as he pointed the rifle to me, I got weak. In that mean vein, those that went with us, they have already left. They were going on their way down to take the helicopter to come back to Monrovia instead of going to Sino. So while going, they took my trousers off. In fact, they undressed me. But I was in the brief. Excuse me for that expression. I was in the brief. Then one little boy came and said, look, I want this brief. I said, but my son, you have already taken everything I have. But what is it? I say, I want this brief. Now, we were taken to an area what they call Sabibo, where death is better than life. I hope you understand what I say, where death is better than life. Sabibo. There was a building almost about 200 meters from where we were, about 300 meters from where we were. There's a quota road I paved like this. So when we got left to the church over there, then I saw a huge fellow, tall fellow, bright fellow. He said, kneel down. I knelt down. Put your hand down. I put my hand down. He asked the guy, he said, bring my bitches. Bring my bitches. So they brought him the drugs, the opium. He sat on my back comfortably. He sat, and God just gave me that strength. He began to roll it. He began to prepare it. Then he put on touch. He began to smoke, left right to the church. I took my time going. Comfortably, he was just on my back going. So when we got to the building, about 25 meters, jumped down from my back. 3 gentlemen came and grabbed me, expecting that they were going to carry me with force and bust my head on the wall. But when they threw me against the wall, I bounced back. They didn't know the kind of person I was. I bounced back. Then they took me in a room. But as I'm telling you, hands are touching me. Because I don't want, because the hands were touching me, you know, with little slaps and some other thing. Then when I went in the room, I saw Tano sitting down in the corner, bloody up, crying. I took a seat beside him, began to cry. I began to console him. You said you're a ranger. Then I broke the joke, but it was something factual that I was telling him. I said, you're a ranger. A ranger, you know, withstand all these things. Why are you crying? But later on, we heard the warning of the helicopter. Then the truth happened to me. I said, yes, I'm aware. After a few hours, which, because at that time I didn't have any watch anymore, after a few hours, Ruth Major sent for us, gave us a place nearer to us, to our house. And she ordered a platoon size with heavy weapons, RPG, machine gun, you can name it, the rifles. And they surrounded the entire vicinity. They kept watching us, but this identical bright fellow that I'm talking about, which name cannot be disclosed now, because it gone out of my memory. This gentleman took his rifle, but he began to ring a bell in our ears that a fellow called Zor, who was the deputy minister for Minister of Defense for LPC, Zor was in Sino. And unfortunately for him too, the road cut. The truck he carried, the bridge cut the truck he carried could not come. So it looks like they sent a message to him that some people have already been brought here, so they want for him to come. We sat down there. After 8, 9, they brought rice, dry rice, in a pan. Took the spoon, dipped the spoon in it, told Tano, open your mouth. Tano wasted. If my deliberation is far, if I'm going so deep, you can tell me that I can break out. But if you want to hear the story, this is what they did to us over there that I'm trying to explain to you. Okay, so they dipped the spoon in the rice, told Tano, open your mouth. Tano opened his mouth. But before then, there was a fellow there who was related to Tano in another way, that he was in-law to Tano. He dipped the rice and put it in Tano's mouth. Then it came to and dipped the spoon in the rice and put raw rice now and put it in my mouth. He said, "Y'all eat." We ate the rice. I can't recall whether we drank water or we didn't drink water. I can't recall because the action was moving faster. Then after we ate that, then another torturing again was they put us in a room, I think 6 by 6 or maybe 5 by 5 or something like that. And it was in September. We were not dry. They opened a fire, put pepper inside there. And as I'm telling you, God will always be up because we went in search of peace. We didn't go with a negative, aspect. We went with the correct thing, that we wanted peace in this nation. So God took drum and put it in us that we should inhale the smoke and should go there. So after a few hours again, they cut out that other torture. Then they brought opium. They told Tano, say, "Tano, smoke it." Tano said, "You cannot smoke." So because I did, if you look in my profile there, I did intelligence. I did an advanced intelligence course by the American mission in Liberia. So all of these things were brief. That anytime you're captured, you know how to maneuver. So they told me to smoke, and I took it, very happily. I began to smoke with them because I know that it was an order given to them. Because if you don't do that, you couldn't be a friend. So the little boy said, "Oh, the other papier is Zah papier." Then after I got through, during Tuesday I said, "Yo, bring some more again." But then the fellow that I said was related to Tano, who has Tano's sister over there, took a plastic bag, put it in the fire, and began to burn Tano with it. Because they said I was going to die, so they didn't want to punish me a lot. But Tano over there, they wanted for him to go on a punishment so that he can realize what he did was not correct. He began to burn Tano in his chest, slapping him, beating him, and all this thing. But second time came, I gave her, I said, "But Tano," I told them, I said, "Gentlemen, let me tell you one thing. You cannot continue to punish a one man, and I'm sitting down here. Why you can't punish me?" So any punishment for Tano now, I will take it. And I don't know who gave me that voice, who gave me that talk. It just came out. And I told them secondly again that, "Gentlemen, I want to tell you one straight thing. What I want to tell you here is that two things, either I go alive or I die. But anything that comes to my mouth, I will tell you, plain blank. But if you cannot continue to treat this man like this when he and I moving together, I'm sitting there, why you can't punish me?" And that other one died down. We're there, then day broke. And we were told that they were coming for us. We didn't know what was happening at the back here in Monrovia. Then after a certain time, by 11 o'clock, about 11:45, this identical Zor, because the knee had been ringing in our ears, that when Zor comes, I don't think if you spend the night here, you'll be killed. And surely, they confirmed that. So 15 minutes to the time for the helicopters to arrive, Zor came. Zor came in. When Zor came in, slapped me, slapped Tano. He said, "You people, you will see what happened to you." That's what he said, all he said. Then later on, we heard the warning sound of the helicopter. Then Tano stayed, he whistled to me. So I told the guy, I said, "I want to go pass water." So I went outside to pass water. But all that we are doing, those that are arrested or those that are treating us, their wives, all of them, they were in our favor. They begin to sympathize with us. "Hey, you can't leave the people. Why are you treating people like this?" They were sympathizing with us and all this thing. So it didn't stay for long. 2 helicopters went there. When they got down, who came on board was Dr. Bole, because he was a chairman for LPC. So Dr. Bole went there. What they talked over there, we don't know. Then they said, "Okay, they release her." Now they brought a lapper. After they are taking all of our clothes, they brought a lapper. Tano and I shared a lapper. But looking at Tano's bill, Tano is big. So the piece of it cannot go around his body. So I decided, we were all naked. Okay, before then, she came, roommate came in the morning to speak to us. She asked her whether we ate. So Tano said, yes, we ate. So the last word that came from us, I said, yeah, because I felt it in my mind that we didn't eat anything, and somebody is admitting that we eat. Okay, that's how it is supposed to be. So after we had done that, there was a trouser, dirty trouser hanging on the wall. I took, because my size, I was kind of little slim in my body. Then I took the trouser, I put it on. But this trouser, before I come outside, one little boy came again and said, the trouser, don't carry the trouser. The trouser is my trouser, you're not carrying it. I said, hey, my son, when I go to Monrovia, I'll make sure I make a package for you so they can bring the package, so they can bring it for you. I'm very sad because I don't have any clothes. All my clothes are being carried. So how you expect me to the people begin to join me to talk to him and console him? So this is how it was when we went to Grand Gedeh.